Hi YouTube, welcome to my July budget with me video. I'm just going to give you a heads up, I am doing this all live, as in I haven't made this budget. It's just something that I'm doing with you, so there might be a couple of times where you notice that the screen is cut off. I'm going to cut off dead space if I have to think about some things. So if you notice like that I might be in a different spot in a bit or something, it's probably because I'm cutting off dead air as I'm thinking my process through for this budget. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my June budget over to July. So I just created a tab and called it July. And I'm going to pop this out, pop these tabs out. Let's see, I don't need to pop this one out so far, so I'm going to pull it back in a little bit. Every time I do that, it like messes up my header here. Okay, so we're going to call this July 2018. And I'm going to take off all of our payment section. So I'm going to reset this. Okay, ConsultNet, we for the first week of July, we should be getting $1,250. The second week of July, that will be the day that we have the 4th of July. So that will be $1,000 as well, because my husband will be missing a day of work. The third week of July, there will be we're going on a boating trip on a Thursday on the second week, so I believe we'll get $1,000 for that week as well. And then there's only 4 Fridays in July, and we should be getting $1,250 that 4th week of July. And there's no 5th paycheck, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one out. And my remaining balance is going to be higher because I plan for the fact that we're going to have 2 days missing. I'm actually going to pull up my calendar here. I need to make sure I did that right. Okay, so my husband's missing the 4th of July. He's actually missing the 19th of July, so it'll be that 4th paycheck that's lower. Okay, so this paycheck will be $1,250, and this paycheck will be $1,000. And I budgeted a higher remaining balance. Oh, why does that not have the... Sorry guys, I gotta fix my border on my header here, so I'm going to make it the thick border again. Okay, so my 4th week. Okay, so I want my budget to have $1,100 at the bottom. Oh, I have to budget in my swimming lesson income. So for swimming lessons, I'm going to budget that I get $800 a week from here on out. I will probably make more than that with private lessons. And then I will not have a 4th swimming lesson schedule because I will have a family reunion. So I don't have any lessons that week. And actually, I need to budget. This week is probably actually going to be $1,100 because I will be doing an evening parent-child class, and the registration for that, I have 10 people signed up, and it'll be $300 that week is what I will make. And then this is what I'm projected to make if I don't take on private lessons. I probably will take on private lessons, so I will probably make higher than that, but I'm going to just budget for the lowest amount that I will make. Okay, so with that, that brings our total to $7,200. Our tithes and offerings. So because the second week my husband's projected to make $100 since we're taking a week off. The second and fourth week, we're only doing a 10% tithe. We won't need this fifth tithe because we won't be doing a fifth week of a paycheck. And I am going to take off all these numbers over here. And I'm going to make these backgrounds all clear, or not clear, just a white background. Reset it. Okay, and I'm going to look at my numbers. So I have a 10% plus a $10 fast offering for that tithes and offerings for our first paycheck. 10% of our $1,000 is $100. And I'm projecting another 10% for our third paycheck, 10% for our fourth. Our mortgage does stay the same. Our car insurance stays the same. Our health insurance stays the same. Energy, I'm just budgeting $100 each month, and it'll fluctuate accordingly. I'm hoping that that's actually low because we've been trying really hard not to use our AC in June. Cell phones will be about the same. Cable internet the same. Water, electricity the same. Groceries only needs to be $400 because there's only 4 weeks, four paychecks that I'm budgeting for. So I'm going to drop that down to $400. Gas is at $250. Babysitting will be at $240 because I'm only doing 3 weeks, and I pay my babysitter $80 a week for babysitting. So I'll go ahead and drop that down. I'm not budgeting for any Murphy moved in moments, as Dave Ramsey likes to say. Home repair upkeep, I'm going to keep that the same. Medical deductible, we're contributing the same amount to that. Taking off all my old numbers. Yard care should be the same. Electronics the same. Prescriptions therapy the same. Children's needs, clothing, food storage. Tommy's wedding, I actually think we're over budgeting for Tommy's wedding. He did move his wedding up to July. I went to the bridal shower, and I have already actually purchased my new sister-in-law her gift. So the gift wasn't factored into this budget that we have. So we still have $180.71 left over. We're budgeting to get him a gift for $100. And then I guess we are going down to Cedar City, so which is a town, that's a town 3.5 hours away from where we live right now. So we will still need gas money. I just went down there for the for our trip, and we did budget about $60 gas money, and we'll need food. We're actually staying 2 nights, so I'm going to keep this $200 the same. So I'm going to keep that in there. My family reunion will be in July. We're going to an amusement park, which will be about $150. And then we're in charge of 2 meals for my entire family. I don't think that we're going to need to put another $250 in there. I'm just going to budget $100 in for that. I think $350 will be plenty for our amusement parks, and then food that we need to buy. My husband and I are in charge of 2 meals for my family, and hopefully we can do 2 meals for $100 for all of us. And then just treats here and there and games. And pet, I'm going to keep that the same. Anniversary stays the same. Family vacation, Christmas, previous holidays, eating out. Charity impromptu giving, Ed's Mad Money, my Mad Money, date nights. I think this all looks good. Okay, I need to figure out how much remaining. So I think I over budgeted on my June budget. So I'm going to go back over here to June. I budgeted that I need to have a final amount of $2,100 to, so I always save over money. I always save $1,100 for my first of the month bills. So I always save over $1,100, but then I budgeted an additional $1,000 to save for July, because I was thinking we have that family reunion that 4th week and my husband wouldn't be getting that money, but that will actually fall into our August paycheck. So I don't need to put as much money into my June budget. So but we will be missing $500 because we're taking 2 days off of work. So I'm going to say, but at the same time, my swimming lesson income will make up for a lot of that. I'm just going to say that I need I'm going to go 1,600. So I'm going to cover 1,700. No, wait, 1,600, yeah. So I'm going to cover, just to make sure that we're safe, I'm going to say that I want 1,600. I want the 1,100 that I normally roll over, but instead of, since we're taking off 2 days, it will affect our paycheck, I'm going to give ourselves $500. Just in case something happens, like something bizarre and our pool breaks down and I can't do swimming lessons for a month, we'll be able to cover that. I'm sure we won't need it, but I just want to play it really safe, apparently. Okay, so that's 1,600 rolling over, which would pay our first of the month's bills and make up for the difference of the $250 here and here. That puts us at $3,810.83. And so this week, the 4th week, my husband will be taking 3 days off for our family reunion, and I won't be having a week of swimming lessons. So we do need to make sure that we save $750 extra over our $1,100. So we're going to need to have $1,850. So my number right here is that I want to have left is $1,850. So this would be my zero-based budget. So this is, instead of having 0 at the end of the month, I want to have $1,850. And I'm just going to do some quick math. So guys, maybe I'm not. 3,800. I'm going to ask Google. Hey, Google, what's 3,810 minus 1,850? Okay, Google said that's $1,960 that I want to wait. Sorry, guys. Live budgeting here as we go. How much should I say I wanted to have left? Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I want 1,850 left over. So that means in my emergency fund, I'm projected to put $1,960 into my emergency fund next month. And because for June, I only am wanting now to keep, what did we say? 1,600, right? 1,600 in June. So that's what I want this number to be right here. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm going to add $500 in here to make this add up for me. So that would be 2,068. So again, I'm trying to get 1,600. This is the only reason I'm really doing that on this budget, because I'm really not going to be able to put 2,068 into my emergency fund because we had the pool problem. But I am keeping this final number here so that I remember on Friday when I get my paycheck that I want 1,600 down here that I will be taking over into July. So I want 1,600 as my final goal for July. So I'm just keeping this here so that I know that when I get my next paycheck that I want to have 1,600 remaining in here. And this actually will be a pretty good week for me with swimming lessons. So I'm hoping maybe that if I've dropped this number a little bit, and maybe we might actually be able to hit our goal of having 20,000 in our emergency fund in addition to all of our sinking funds. So I'm hoping now if I finagle things a little bit like this, we can hit that goal. I think I've actually over budgeted for July. I mean, I obviously have estimated to have $1,960 that I can budget into my emergency fund for July. But that being said, I did have a problem in June where I couldn't teach a whole entire session of swimming lessons due to weather. So I am going to play on the safe side and just pretend that my swimming lesson income, if I don't get it at all, and we're just depending on my husband's paycheck, we would want to keep over 1,600 to make up for the 2 days in July that he will be missing work. Okay, I think that is it. This is my July budget. I'm happy with it. Oh, I do need to take off my notes from from June. I won't need those in July, but otherwise, this is how July is going to be looking up for us, and I may have, just like how I updated my June budget with my final income and things happen, that will probably happen in July, but this is the bare bones setup at this point, unless I think of anything else that needs to happen. Okay, I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Bye.